At first, I didn't pay very much attention to the guy. I was washing my hands in the men's room of a movie theater on 42nd Street, and in a place like that, it's not an especially good idea to pay too much attention to anybody, or you could wind up getting more involved than you might want to. It's not that everybody is a faggot, but everybody figures everybody else is a faggot, so if you let your eyes roam around, you could get A, groped by someone who's interested, or B, punched in the mouth by someone who's not interested, or C, arrested by someone who's a cop. If any of these things happened, I would have had to leave the theater probably, and I didn't want to. I had already seen both movies, one of them twice, but I still didn't want to leave. It was warm in the theater. Outside it was cold, with day-old snow turning from gray to black, and once I went out there, I would have to stay out there, because I had no other place to go. Which is not entirely true. There was this apartment on East 5th Street between Avenues B and C where I could stay if I really had to. Some friends of mine lived there, and while it wasn't exactly a crash pad, they would always let me have a section of floor to sleep on and a plate of brown rice to eat. They were into this macrobiotic thing, and all they ever ate was brown rice, which is very nourishing and very healthy, and very boring after not very long. I could go there and eat and sleep and even talk to people, although most of the people you found there were usually too stoned to say very much. But the thing was that I only had a quarter, which is a nickel less than the subway costs. It was too cold to walk that far, and it was just about as cold inside that place as it was outside because there was no heat. My friends had been using the stove to heat the place. That hadn't worked too well in the first place, and it worked less well when Con Ed turned off the gas and electricity for non-payment. They burned candles for light and cooked the rice over little cans of sterno. A couple of times, Robbo had burned old furniture in the bathtub for heat, but he had more or less given this up, partly because heating the bathroom didn't do much for the rest of the apartment, and partly because there was a good chance the whole building would go up sooner or later. The point of this is just that I was washing my hands and not paying much attention to anything else until I happened to notice this guy take a wallet out of his pocket and start going through it. He was sort of hunched toward me, screening the wallet with his body from the washroom attendant, who I think existed to make sure that if anybody did anything dirty, they did it in one of the pay toilets. The guy with the wallet went through all the compartments of the thing, taking out money and plastic cards and things, and jamming everything into his pockets. Then he put the wallet in another pocket, took out a comb, combed his long dark hair into a DA, and left. I turned and watched him, and on the way out, his hand dipped into a pocket and came up with the wallet and dropped it into the wastebasket. There was this huge wastebasket on the opposite side of the door from the washroom attendant, and the guy with the DA did this whole number in one graceful motion, and the attendant never saw what happened.